Today marks 365 consecutive days on YouTube for the Tokyo Butter 23 sneaker channel. That's a whole year dropping content every single day, and it's hard work to do that. I want to just pause for a moment, stop for a little second in all of this YouTube and all of this dropping, and just look back on the year that has been 365 consecutive days. So today, what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to look at the channel, look at where we were, look at where we are now, have a look at the progress that we've made and the progress that we haven't made, because there are some things that still haven't happened at the channel yet that I really want to have happen. And also offer a little bit of advice to anyone out there who happens to have their own channel, and maybe I can help somebody out and help them to grow and help them to build the channel in the best way possible. So without further ado, let's get into this video marking the 1 year anniversary of daily drops at the Tokyo Butter 23 sneaker channel. This is a Tokyo Butter 23 sneaker channel. Tokyo Butter 23 sneaker channel desu. Mainichi Absuru no de mainichi mite kudasai. And every single day I'm bringing you content from Tokyo, Japan about upcoming sneaker releases, sneaker news and sneaker reviews, and a little bit about the butter movement. If you don't know what the butter movement is, bang, that's the wrong hand. Ping, that's the right hand. There's a playlist about the butter movement stuff, and you can check out any of those. And that playlist has some insane stuff in it, some of the rarest sneakers in the world, a huge sneaker collection that has its own apartment. It's so big. There's a ton of stuff in there, so feel free to check out that playlist. But with the butter movement, what we do is we play a daily game where I drop hints for 5 consecutive days, and then on the 6th day we get to see one of the rarest shoes in the world from Shoe Butter. And so today is day 1, and the hint that I'm giving you, and try and work out what sneaker it is the rarest Nike LeBron sneaker in the world. I'm not kidding. It's the rarest Nike LeBron sneaker in the world. That's what Shoe Butter is going to bring us this coming Sunday. And if you think from that hint you can work out what it is, hit me up with a comment down below. So enough about that. Let's get into this talk about what's going on at the channel. 1 year anniversary of the channel. So I did a video earlier in not the month, it would have been earlier in the year. I'm going to go ahead and say 6 weeks ago, and I'll put a link to that right here. Ding! And that video is 1 year anniversary on YouTube for my channel. When I first started the channel, I thought about doing weekly or bi-weekly drops. But then after about 6 weeks, I realized that the only way to make headway on YouTube is daily drops. So I just thought, right, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to drop daily drops on YouTube. And that was the 10th of December, 2018. Here we are on the 10th of December, 2019. And I've done 365 consecutive days of daily content. It's an absolute pleasure to bring the daily content. And what I thought would be a good way to sort of look back on the channel, and hopefully behind me there are some pictures to sort of highlight these kind of things, is to kind of look back and see what has worked well at the channel, what we've done well, what we've followed through, the promises we've kept to, and also the things that haven't quite happened yet, and the things that we would like to happen, that they haven't been put aside. They're just sort of, they're paused, you know, we haven't cancelled them, we've just postponed them. So looking at those kind of things in relation to the channel. But before we do that, this is a YouTube channel, and I do need subscribers. In fact, I really need subscribers, but not in the way you'd kind of think, in a different way. It's coming up for Christmas, it's coming up for New Year, it's coming up for the winter holidays, and we are real close to that magical 1,000 subscribers mark, real close. We're in the mid 900s right now, so if you at home could do me that favor of subscribing to the channel, I would truly appreciate it. I really want to try and get to 1,000 subscribers before year end. Today's December 10th. That means we have exactly 21 days, 3 weeks to try and get those last few subscribers, and that could be you. So please do hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already. And as I am here in Tokyo, Japan, I do say at the start of every single one of my videos, 登録よろしくお願いします。今、登録の数は900何十人ので、年末までに1000人までを上がりたいので、まだ登録してない方に、下の登録のバトンをクリックするのは、ぜひお願いします。And also, you know, the like button, I say it in my videos a lot these days because I realize if I don't say it, you don't remember to do it, so do hit the like button down below. In fact, these days I've been playing around with the audio a little bit, so why don't we do that in an interesting way? Maybe we'll do it with a bit of echo. So hit the like button. See what that sounds like when I throw it through the audio thing when I'm editing this video. And what if I don't have time to edit it and I've just made an idiot of myself? Who knows? But anyway, looking back at the channel, how it's been, those faithful subscribers out there, if you're one of the OG Butter Squad, either the OG squad to my channel, because there are a few people out there who have followed every single day for the last 365 days, but there are also people who have followed for longer. How, you say, could you follow for longer than the actual life of the channel? Well, this channel grew out of the it's the Butter Movement channel. We call that Butter Movement 1.0, and this is Butter Movement 2.0. And there are people out there who are watching and have watched even from the Butter Movement 1.0 days when I used to drop content on Shoe Butter's own channel. So there are people who have been watching for all that time and supporting the channel, helping it to grow, and I do truly appreciate it. In fact, I appreciate it very, very much. Watch time is a big deal as much as subscribers, so those people who watch often and watch for a long time. You know, the playlist I talked about earlier is a great way to watch content on the channel, and it's a great way to get me that watch time that I so desperately need. So if you are watching this and you can, do me that favor, run a playlist or watch a playlist, because that really helps the channel. But what I said I'd do is I'd look back at the channel and look back at the year of the channel. So let's do that. And I think the best way to do that is to look at the About section on the channel, because in the About section on day 1, there were 4 things that I really wanted to make sure happened at the channel. And I'm pretty sure that I've done most of them. Now, one of them was to have this sort of tie-up between the English-speaking sneaker communities and the Japanese-speaking sneaker communities. And I don't know if you've noticed this, maybe you have, maybe you haven't, but every single one of my videos has a title with English and Japanese in it. And if you looked at the description down below and the tags and things like that, you'd find out there's Japanese and English down there as well. And of course, you heard me say earlier in Japanese about Toroku onegaishimasu. So I do try to get the Japanese in there. Now, if I were to give myself a mark out of 10, I'd probably give myself a 6 as far as that Japanese English kind of community building goes. There are some good things that have happened and some positive things that have happened, but I do want to try and drop more content in Japanese. I'm just not that confident about doing it, but someday I do plan on doing an entire video in Japanese, which is a bit threatening and frightening for me to think about doing that, and I don't have the content and I don't have the confidence to do that right now, but that is one of my dreams for the channel, and that's why I'm only giving myself a 6 out of 10 for that. Butter Movement, I talked about keeping the Butter Movement live in the About section of the channel, and I've got to give myself like a 9 out of 10 for that. Not only have I kept the Butter Movement going, but Shoe Butter himself has come back into our lives after a 3-year hiatus, maybe 2-year hiatus, probably 2-year hiatus. And we've got Shoe Butter back, so the Butter Movement itself has been, you know, growing and developing into this Butter Movement 2.0. But Shoe Butter, I never dreamed that that would be part of this Butter Movement 2.0. I thought maybe I'd go visit him someday and get the chance to shoot videos in the shoe department, but actually having him sending me content to put up every Sunday on the channel, never expected that. So I'm going to give myself a 9 out of 10. I think there's still room for improvement. I've talked recently in some of my videos about how we need to take that next step for the channel and take the Butter Movement forward, because it was enough to get the Butter Movement back in the game. That was the first goal, but I don't want that to be the only goal, because if it is, you know, after you've reached your goal, there's nothing else to do and it sort of fizzles out. I want a goal 2 and a goal 3 and a goal 4, and I need you guys to give me some input in that, to talk about how we can grow and keep the Butter Movement going forward, and what could be the next goals for the Butter Movement. So so that's 6 out of 10 for the community building side, 9 out of 10 for the Butter Movement side. Can I give myself 10 out of 10? Am I allowed to give myself 10 out of 10?
Please, sir, can I have 10 out of 10?
You're damn right I can. I'm giving myself 10 out of 10 for sneaker knowledge. I said, like I said, there were 4 things in the About section, and one of them was me growing my own sneaker knowledge. And I would say I definitely have done that. You can't do 365 days of sneaker reviews and not grow your sneaker knowledge. And I really appreciate that about having a channel and the personal growth side of it. I was really aware of that when I started this out, and I really wanted to make sure that I learned about sneakers. I grew as a sneaker, I don't like to call myself a sneakerhead because I don't have a big enough collection or enough money to be a sneakerhead, but a fan of sneakers and growing my knowledge. I think I have done quite seriously growing my knowledge of sneakers and that kind of thing. So I'm giving myself a bit of a yes, giving myself a 10 out of 10. Maybe that's a bit brash, maybe a bit narcissistic, but I think it's actually true. The amount of knowledge I've gained about sneakers over the last 365 days, I think is worth that maximum 10 points. And now I'm kind of struggling to remember what the other thing was on the about section. I've got a feeling it was about like making content as opposed to what the content itself is, but the video side of it and the editing side of it. And if that is what the other thing was in the about section, because I haven't looked at it for a while, I think I would give myself like a 7 maybe. In one of my recent videos, in fact, I'll put a link to it. It's the Yeezy 500 High Slate video. Ding. I think I can give myself, if you look in there, there's this one scene where I've got the green screen by me and I go from one picture to the other picture, but I slide the first picture out of the way so you can see the second picture, and that was like a step forward in my ability to use green screen and video editing equipment. So I'd give myself maybe a 7 for that, if that's the other thing on the about section. But if it's not, if there's something I've forgotten, then maybe I can come back to it someday, or maybe not. But overall, channel score, what did I give myself? 6, 7, 9, 10. That's an average of 8. So let's say 8 out of 10 for the first year of the Tokyo Butter 23 daily drops. In relation to the about section, now this might be, was this in the about section or not? I talked about it a lot in my early videos that I want giveaways to be a big part of the channel, but giveaways, like, it just it needs to be a cyclical thing with giveaways, where like the channel's given me something back in terms of either like money from YouTube, which I'm not eligible for yet, or you know, like I get shoes in hand and then resell them on for a higher price, and then through that be able to generate, you know, like the giveaway option. But giveaways is something that I really wanted for the channel. I haven't been able to get, so I've done it once, just once. I did a giveaway where I gave away an NMDR 2 City sock to Mark, I think it was, in the Philippines. So Mark, if you're watching, good shout for you there. But for giveaways is something I haven't been able to get into the cycle as much as I want to yet. That's something that I'd really like to get in there and do a better job of. So watch this space. As I've said in my videos, one of my dreams is to get the channel big enough so that one of the sneaker stores here pays attention to me and does a tie-up where I can use their sneakers to, you know, do videos, and so they get a shout out for their sneaker store and I get to use their sneakers. It would be mutually beneficial, but I need to be bigger than I am right now to do that, because they won't take you seriously unless you're up into the 4 figures in subscribers. So so these are things to look forward to the future of the channel, to look forward to for the future of the channel, and things that I'm working on and stuff like that. But all in all, the channel's pretty healthy. We're going on strong. We keep ticking away. We keep building this thing and growing this thing. There's a great, one of the things I didn't appreciate was the community element of the channel. I didn't expect, I thought it would be a monologue where I'd just be speaking at you all day, but instead it's a dialogue, because of things like comments and people talking about me and their videos and Instagram and things like that. So so I really appreciate the community part of actually having a channel as much as the community part of being in the sneaker communities of overseas and domestic sneaker communities. But having said that, I do wish I had more time to deal with comments, and I do try and reply to every comment, but I don't get it done as fast as I'd like. I would like to reply to comments more quickly than I do. Usually it takes me a few days to get back to a comment, because I do, you know, I have a full-time job and a family as well as a daily YouTube channel. So but that's something I would like to work on and sort of build for the channel. So, but overall, the channel's grown. It's still a, you know, it's a evolving thing, which is my kind of style, my kind of thinking. I like things to grow. Originally, I started out with me and what was it, picture in pictures, so you'd have like a picture up here, which is very difficult for you, the viewer, to see. But then I realized I've got this green screen that I could work with, and it's a lot easier for you to see the image and me at the same time behind the green screen. So that was an evolution on the channel. I don't know if I'll be able to visualize that some way. A lot better at talking about sneakers and researching them and knowing what I'm talking about than I was in the early days of the channel as well. So so all in all, growth and development. I did say at the start of the video though, I would give advice to anyone out there who is thinking of doing their own YouTube channel. And for me, the advice I'm going to give is to people who are trying to do it, but they don't have much time, like me. I've got a full-time job and a family, and the daily videos. The thing that I've done is I've made a system that works. And originally that system meant that I was spending, I'm going to say, upwards of maybe 20 hours a week on videos, research, taking the videos, editing the videos, getting the videos up into YouTube, and then the YouTube metadata. All of that was taking me about 20 hours a week. But I would say, because I've got it systematically done and in a way that I can sort of do it, lots of copy and pasting and stuff like that, for example, and working out how things work more quickly and getting better at them, I'd say I could maybe be down to maybe 15 or 14 hours a week. So that's 2 hours of video in shooting, editing, researching, getting up onto YouTube and the metadata behind it. So so what I would say, my advice to you is, if you are thinking about having a channel, and a channel that takes up a lot of your time and you don't have much time, is get a system in place. So for me, that system is, you know, it's like weekly sort of thing, and I usually start researching the videos, for example, on a Thursday, and I usually wipe my data on like a Wednesday. So iMovie, which I use to edit the videos, on my iPhone 6. I mean, there's probably a video, I think there is a video, I'll put the link there, about what I use to make YouTube videos on the iPhone 6 and the iMovie and stuff. So yeah, I usually wipe all that, like, because you know, your camera and your computer get very heavy if they have too much data in it. So I wipe last week's videos, and I wipe the last week's iMovie and all that stuff, and start with a fresh slate on a Wednesday, and then on a Thursday it's like the research videos day, and get the pictures and things, like the pictures behind me here, all set up and ready to go and things like that. So there's a system to it, and because I have that system going, I get this done pretty quickly now. Like I say, maybe 2 hours per video. So so all in all though, hopefully, you know, I inspire somebody out there to have their own channel. We've been talking about Shoes Up Sleeves Down a lot recently. I've probably run out of links to be able to link him, but I linked him in every video last week, and I wouldn't mind betting he's past 1,000 subscribers already. So a great channel to check out, Shoes Up Sleeves Down. Go ahead and Google that, because I don't have any links left to do it here. But yeah, just the channel's doing great. I'm really happy with the way it's going. I'm happy with the support out there, the views I'm getting, the watch time I'm getting, the subscribers I'm getting, all that kind of stuff. So it's been a great first year. I'm really looking forward to the next year. I think it's going to be explosive, especially with those Olympics coming into view, which is going to change the way Japan is searched on things like Google and YouTube. And hopefully that means that your man, Tokyo Butter, will get his videos seen more, and I'll be able to ride that Olympic wave and help this channel grow even more. So so yeah, it's been a great first 365 days of daily content. Great first year of the channel. Lots of pluses. Really happy with the way things are going, and looking forward to the future. For now though, it's time for me to sign off. I still haven't come up with a better way to finish my video, so I'll just do it the way I always do, which is to look at you guys, thank you guys for checking out my content, and tell you that because I do this every single day, you are guaranteed to see me tomorrow.